food enthusiasts. I am Julia Henshaw, and I am a food fanatic. Coming from an Italian family, I'm lucky enough to have been born into a family where we can spend hours and hours at the dinner table eating great food and just talking. Part of Italian culture is to have extravagant celebrations that feature one thing: food. This includes Christmas, Easter, New Year, and most importantly, carnevale. Carnevale is the most recent holiday, as it began on February 13th and just ended the day before Ash Wednesday. This holiday is most commonly known by its elaborate masks. Carnevale means farewell to meat, so the celebration is the last hurrah to the time of Lent where eating meat is prohibited. Once the Italian people indulge in their favorite foods, they limit themselves to what they can eat. If Carnevale is the last time the Italians are eating great food, then you can bet that the food eaten during this holiday is nothing but delicious. Just imagine people dressed up in beautiful dresses and suits, and they're wearing intricate masks as they stroll down the dimly lit alleyways that lead into the bright lights of an exclusive party. Many delicious smells waft from the windows of the decorated buildings, and the sound of people laughing combined with the rustic music that tie the whole scene together. If you ever get the chance to celebrate Carnevale in Venice, this is what you'd expect. In addition to the food, the way the Italians celebrate the holiday is very important. Venice and Viareggio are where most of the action happens for Carnevale. In Viareggio, there is the renowned Carnevale di Viareggio, where Carnevale is celebrated through floats. It's the equivalent to a Macy's parade on Thanksgiving, so that's how big it is. The floats are so crucial to this holiday and just look so beautiful rolling down the streets. Even being 6,212 miles from all the action, my family and I celebrated by making the delicious food. The food most commonly found in this festivity can include pane fritto, bugie, patate mezzaluna, salchicha con broccoli, and much, much more. During February, the food you'll most likely find in my house are bugie. It is essentially pasta dough fried in oil and then dusted with powdered sugar. My mouth is watering right now just thinking about it. Oh, and by the way, I will link some recipes for the Carnevale foods if you want to have a celebration in your own home. You don't need to be Italian, you just need a kitchen and an empty stomach. In addition to the bugie, my grandma usually made salchicha con broccoli, or sausage and broccoli. It may not sound very good, but trust me, if you do it right, it is so delicious. This is simply Italian sausage cooked in a pan with olive oil, garlic, and salt and pepper. You can eat it alone or place it on a bed of polenta. It's up to you. It's so simple, but yet so good, and a staple for Carnevale. Patate mezzaluna are delicious roasted potatoes cut in half-moon shapes. That's why it's called mezzaluna, which is half-moon in English. To make it yourself, heat up an oven and mix the sliced potatoes with salt, pepper, rosemary, garlic, and some extra virgin olive oil. Cook it until crispy. Now, doesn't that sound good? And at the Carnevale, people eat them in little dishes with a toothpick. So if you want to enjoy it in the traditional Carnevale way, serve it as an appetizer for a party. A staple in Carnevale desserts are castagnole, which are known as carnival cakes. It's almost like mini donuts. This recipe can be fried, baked, or even made in an oven, and can be given an assortment of flavors. They are commonly made with aniseed, but you can make them without it or just roll them in sugar. In addition, you can also fill them with custard or chocolate sauce. A lot can be done with just this simple recipe, so there is no chance that you won't like it. Similar to the food, the rich history is what makes this holiday celebrated all over Italy. The place where it all happens is Venice. Just last winter break, I visited Venice with my family. The city is so different to anything I've ever seen, and I would recommend it to anyone that's thinking about traveling to Italy. This time of the year in Venice is anticipated by all inhabitants as well as the tourists who travel from miles and miles away to experience this holiday where it all began. It's a night of luxurious parties and an abundance of food, and just an amazing place that can't be experienced anywhere else. I hope you all enjoyed this podcast, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!